How the dead are counted counts. It is difficult and it is politically contentious. Figures are put out by the health ministry in Gaza, ultimately run by Hamas. Gaza's established method for recording deaths relied on a computerized system that connected 8 major hospital morgues across the territory. Here you see them in green. Now, they're about to turn red, and we'll talk about why. But the UN and the WHO told Sky News they consider this hospital data to be trustworthy. But that changes from the 10th of November. Hospitals in the north start going offline, only able to provide emergency care. On the 10th of November itself, Israel raided Al-Shifa Hospital, and officials in Gaza say they seized 2 data servers. 2 other hospitals also stopped reporting. Look what happens after then. Since then, 5 of Gaza's 8 major hospitals have stopped reporting data through the system, including all hospitals in the northern half of the Strip. Instead, they're increasingly relying on incomplete data, gathered manually by hospitals, by first responders, and by local journalists. And they're coming out with this: unidentified bodies. They account for 81% of additions to the official death toll in March, up from 69% in January. The analysis by Sky News data and forensics team shows the increase in the official death toll since the 11th of December is in line with what's being recorded in the hospital systems for the 3 southern hospitals that are still working, still providing data. Taken together, these 3 hospitals saw a 98% increase in deaths over the same period, so that does seem to tally. Now, the collapse of the central monitoring system has also made it less clear how many women and how many children are among the dead. On the 10th of November, the day that the communications with northern hospitals broke down, the ministry reported that nearly 3/4 of fatalities were women, children and the elderly. Now, the Ministry of Health estimates since then has maintained that sort of proportion without explaining their methodology, and actually the proportion rises a bit. But the available hospital data, now this doesn't include the elderly, but it does show that the proportion of women and children being killed in this war has been coming down as the war has progressed. That is a different trend from what's been reported. These figures don't distinguish between civilian or Hamas militant. Is there anything we can say about that?
Let's just say half of the people in this young adult and older children male demographic are fighters. You know, then you can get an estimate of civilians being upwards of 90% of the people killed during the first few weeks of the war.
Doctors at Al-Shifa Hospital had reactivated the data monitoring system last month and had hoped to continue its work. But the latest attack on the hub means that plan has collapsed. And of course, only those who have been found can be counted, by whatever method. Many still lie beneath the rubble. Tom Cheshire, Sky News.